Hello, it's me again. Always gotta bust out the avocado. Hello, avocado. Something that always makes me smile. I mean, look at it. Fuck's sakes. So cute. Um, Thought I'd come on here and talk about acceptance because I have had a massive problem with acceptance. And I have for 7.5 years. But it's something I really have to work on. Because when you're in a heavy setback like I am, accepting that accepting that it's as harsh as it is, um, and accepting what you can and can't do, and reevaluating what you were doing versus what you can do now, and stuff like that. I mean, it has not been an easy ride, and it's hard for me to accept the fact that I can't do all the things that my head, you yearn to do. It's been a long time. And for a long time, I was okay with it because, I'm like, well, it'll get back eventually. But it's been so long now, and I was doing better, and I was starting to do some stuff, and had a taste of life again. And then when you get in a pretty heavy setback, which you don't know how long it will take, you just don't know. It could take a month, it could take 6 months, it could take 2 years. You just don't know. My last heavy setback, I was starting to feel better about 6 months later, but it took me about 2 years to recover from it. I mean, I still went along with, I still went with my life and did all the stuff I needed to do, and I felt better as it was going, and things were not as intense, but I mean, I could even say some things never even got better. Like some of the pain problems I had after my last, when I fucked up Remeron and overtapered. Oh, that was brutal. And I still feel that to this day. And it's been 3 years. But, it's hard to heal some things when you're continually doing, you're tapering and working and, life in general, but But when you do go into a heavier setback, you have to relearn and go back to where you were and say, okay, now, as much as I couldn't do before, now it's a lot fucking less. And that's so hard to grasp. Because now it's like, okay, I've set up my life to be a certain way as I've been healing. And now I need to sit back and wait a long fucking time again. Maybe it won't be as long, but I can't imagine it being short, you know. It's really disheartening, but learning to accept it will make it a lot easier. That's for sure. Will I ever fully accept this stuff? No. That's impossible. I don't even think I should. I shouldn't accept that, any of this. This is bullshit. But I think having a healthy acceptance of, okay, I have to hang out, sit back. These are the symptoms. Now they're still kind of up and down from my nervous system's still kind of freaking out since my uh, carpal tunnel test. So I'm not sure exactly what the baseline is yet. So that's really always more stressful. But it's a little more normalizing lately. Not easily, but not sorry. It's not great, but I can kind of tell where it's kind of going. So, It's day by day. Now, um, so my job is to accept that, hey, Dan, you're in this situation now. It is a fucking disability. Just because it's not named by the doctor doesn't mean it's not a disability, and that's something I need to accept. I'm disabled. That's it. One of my main things now is I can't be on my feet very long, but yet I have to for my job. I have to go out and work. So I do the best I can, and I have to suffer the consequences for it. That's fine. That's part of life. And that's part of my healing and journey. But that means, like last week, I took a 5 or 10 minute walk thinking that might help. And that made things so terribly worse that I'm in such a fragile state now that I can't even walk for more than a few minutes. That's a huge disability. So I have to find acceptance in that. And if I want to do certain things, I mean, do I have to use the fucking wheelchairs? I mean, I can't use my arms because the more stress I put on my arms on a regular wheelchair, it's just going to give me the same nervous system problem. I would have to have somebody push it, or it would have to be electronic. I don't know if I could bear fucking doing that yet. Like, I was thinking my pride and all that, but I have to start reconsidering, like, if I want to have a part of life sometimes, I might have to. Is it going to be forever? No. I still got to get off Remeron and heal more from that. But I'm going to have to maybe think of some changes and how to do some certain things in the meantime. Because I can't just sit in the corner at home. I mean, my mental symptoms keep me home and the anxiety keeps me home. But, like, it does feel better at some points to where maybe I can do something. But I can't do something half the time because I know I'll be on my feet walking. And as good as walking is for you, my nervous system's so fried, my body doesn't even know what to do with itself. So I never heal. And I've been here before, not in this intense physical stuff, but where my nervous system was so fragile I couldn't walk. And it would last a little while. And it gets better in time as long as I stay on the path and journey of not doing much. But it's really sad. It's really sad because I miss so much. I miss so much of life. But it's all about acceptance. I have to accept the things that I cannot change. You know the saying. I can't change it right now. So what can I do to make it better? And I never, I have a walking stick, but that only helps with my dizziness and stuff. I still have to be on my feet. And right now, I'm so fragile, I can't walk for more than a few minutes without it fucking me up really bad. So we go to the zoo, which I'm not doing. But if I go to a zoo and go walking, like I'd like to be, if I go to the mall and go walking, like I'd like to be, then I know what the outcome is right now. Because I need my body needs some time. Because I still make that effort from work. Working takes so much out of me that I don't get a lot of time. And honestly, it's good that I'm on my feet because I can't just sit around and be a stone, you know what I mean? So it's a love-hate relationship. Yeah, radical acceptance. That's exactly it. I've never done it and I never will, but I need to get close to it. And now I'm starting to realize that this is going on for a long time. A long time. And I can't just continually always say, I can't, because I can't walk yet. Even though I need to exercise, but I can't walk or barely move. That's a really fucked up life right there. But it's the reality right now, and I have to come up with I have to accept it. And anybody outside of my life would say, you have to accept what's going on in your life, Dan. You have to accept that it's going to get really fucking bad sometimes, and you're going to have better times when you feel better. Assuming you can get to that point. I tend to have more bad times, but, you know. Anyway, I'm not staying on here much longer because it's getting a little late and I got to eat and stuff, but I just wanted to talk about acceptance and how important it is. And it's probably the most important thing right now for me is to accept that I'm in this situation. And it's real. And I'm not here to scare people, but for the longest time, I just didn't want to scare people, so I don't tell my story. I didn't tell it properly. I was very more positive in the earlier days. But now it's just like, I'm almost 7.5 years off. I'm still tapering Remeron, and yes, I get it. It scares people. And they know Remeron is making a huge impact. So, you know, I'm not here to scare people, but being protracted sucks. It sucks. And when you're tapering other meds that are fucking you up bad, I mean, one day when I'm off Remeron, I'm going to be really fucked up for a while, but it's just going to get better. I mean, yeah, things are going to set me back then too, but it's not going to be like this. At least at first it will be, but after a while, I'll be able to walk. But until then, I might have to I might have to be pushed around. If I know I can't. That sucks. But I'm coming to realize that might be a reality, and I have to talk about it. And I had to open up about it. Anyway, yeah, good to see you too. Nice to see people in chat. Take care. Have a great night. Accept the bullshit, and let's just, make that a point. Gotta accept what's going on, and like was stated in chat, radical acceptance. Gotta do it. Oy.